Yo, yo.
Yo, what up?
You hear me?
Can you hear me?
Now I
can
can.
hear you a little bit. I get the what's that?
No, I said now I can. At first you sound like an android for a minute.
Probably so, man. This phone is showing me something different every time. Every time I use it, man, it's something different. That's why I use the other way normally. But let me know if you can't hear me, because I don't know if it's gonna come out the same way from that side.
No, I got you.
Yeah.
Hey, so listen, man, cause it's dope how you wanna how it's too much for texting.
Yeah.
Because one, you've been up and down about your support of Kanye, but I think his recent rants, even his biggest supporter would have to question where he's at mentally at this point. And I don't know if it's a matter of maybe he's trying to promote the upcoming album, or is he really feeling the way that he's saying he's feeling right now about the Donald Trump thing, about just, I mean, man, he said he's forward. He said, you know what I mean? He just all over the place, man. So I'm gonna let you spill out, man, because like I said, you said you wanted to talk about it. So I mean,
Yeah,
where do you stand with him right now? I guess we gotta say.
Well, I think it's there's a lot of things going on here, a lot of moving parts. And I think in the typing and the texting interaction that everybody has, like this, T9 input that we use on the internet, you can't get everything, like the full scope. So you have to kind of either be willing to talk to people that are going to break it down into bite-sized portions, or you just have to talk about it. Like, it's like they say, like religion and politics, you just shouldn't be talking about, because most of the time, people are not going to be ready to have that long conversation to get to where you meet or where we both understand things at. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So one thing was, like you mentioned, he got an album coming out, right? Mm-hmm. So if anybody thinks that Kanye don't know how to work this internet shit to create a buzz, like a buzz that's bigger than music because he wants to be bigger than music. I mean, it used to be about clothes when his clothes came out intermittently, right?
Right.
And now his clothes stay coming out. Even when he was quiet, he had like 2 or 3 different releases on the Yeezy, and a whole nother season's worth of shit come out, just quietly. So it's there, right?
Right.
So one aspect of saying that maybe he's just trolling. Secondly, he's in the house connected with the motherfucking king of the internet.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like, right. The Kardashians, man, love them or hate them. They know how to get the money. They know how to make this internet shit work, good, bad, or indifferent. You can hate, and the more that you hate, somebody gets some naked pictures up, or somebody gets some whatever up, and boom, and they getting paid.
Right.
So maybe he's in that position, like, we just go move this way. Because the audience that Kanye came in servicing is not the audience that he's targeting right now. You know what I'm saying?
So do you feel like he's gaining or losing fans then?
Well,
or does it even matter?
Man, if you have to spend $10 to make 20, you'd be willing to lose that 10.
Right.
So I think if nothing else, with the way that the metrics is set up, the more controversy, the more ears and the more eyes. And even if you only get like views and interactions for people that just want to hate your shit, they'll be more supportive of you through their hate than people who like you.
True that.
You know what I'm saying?
Facts.
They're gonna be the first ones like, man, this Kanye shit is out. Man, go listen to this Kanye shit, man. Fuck this nigga. Now you heard track number 3? Yo, listen to track number 3 and go to such and such. Niggas like, man, I listened to that 30 minutes ago. Man, go back. So you know what I'm saying? So people can fuel their hate. They're going to give him multiple views. They're going to give him multiple listens. They're going to critique and break it down, and they're going to put all of this stuff in front in order to capitalize off their hate for Kanye. But Kanye has not said anything bad about necessarily anybody.
Okay, so let me ask.
Understands the kind of shit that he needs to stir up the bullshit.
Let me ask this question because it's a big is a big topic of discussion as far as his support of Donald Trump. But he was on Trump's team prior to Trump even running for president. And in addition to that, I guess I'm not going to say propaganda, because propaganda is a big word to use, but it almost seems like he's targeting, like you say, the hate part of it or the controversial part of it, just so it'll trigger support of himself. Because I don't, in other words, I don't think that he's doing it to necessarily show support for Donald Trump or give Donald Trump any more publicity, negative or positively, than he's already gotten. But I just feel like now he's in the market where he's saying, this is what I can do to trigger X, Y, or Z. You get what I'm saying? Meaning for me, for my personal gain.
Right. It's very valid. And that's why I asked. I was like, man, listen, like, do celebrities give a fuck about politics? Right? Once you make so much money, these rules don't apply to you. Like, Toni Braxton went bankrupt because she has lupus, and she pays cash money out of her pocket to go to the doctors, and the best doctors. Like, her son was autistic. All that comes out of pocket. Like, there's no insurance plan or nothing.
Right.
So the policies and the legislation that go on, like, and then typically they're exempt from a lot of the bullshit. It's just like when you watch Do the Right Thing, where Mookie is asking Pino about, like, who his favorite people are. His favorite comedian is Eddie Murphy. His famous rock star is Prince. And he's like, well, you hate niggas. Well, all your favorite people are so-called niggas.
Right.
And he's like, no, they're not niggas. They're different.
Right. No doubt.
So Kanye might, somewhere in his mind, rightfully though, because he is different, we know that the only color that matters is green.
Straight up.
The thing is poor people have to care and be involved. And I think everybody needs to be involved in policy, personally, let me say. But it affects us.
Right.
Like, DACA affects people on my block. DACA don't affect them people because he can go to just the same way that Drake can get niggas in the motherfucking Canada and they got felons. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Like, you just go make a couple calls. These people are in your pocket and they can pull strings for you. So these things don't apply to you. So I can understand why he's not as opposed to Donald Trump as, like, regular people are. Like, but I don't know if it's even a question of, does he, like, is it like from a political standpoint, he just probably likes his energy. I even said some shit like this the other day where I said, I like Donald Trump because basically the nigga said, hey, listen, me and you are going to fight after school at 3 o'clock and I'm going to kick your fucking ass. Donald Trump shows up at 3 o'clock to beat that ass. Now, whether or not he gets beat and then he comes up with an excuse on why he got beat, that energy is the kind of energy that the people want to see versus, pussy politics. People that shut down real shit, but then on the low, they out here fucking prostitutes and they got 4 or 5 baby moms. You get what I'm saying?
Right.
They try to preach this perfect, iconography inside the box, but yet there are other people. So he's like, yo, man, Donald Trump out here fucking porno stars. He out here spending money, talking crazy to people. Oh, you gonna shoot bombs? We got bombs too. What's up? People admire that shit. Same way regular people admire gangsters when gangsters do gangster shit to a certain extent. You know what I'm saying? Okay,
so then and again, this is not political. It's not. It's about making sense. But I think even on both their parts, because at this point we can't necessarily say that Kanye is crazy, just like we really can't say that Donald Trump is crazy. Like I tell people about Donald Trump, you got to understand that Donald Trump is a business mogul. So he knows how to take over in a different way than the average person would even think to start. And with Kanye, by him idolizing, let's say, a Trumpster, you feel that he's also learning those procedures to take over. And then I also feel like Kanye's rise to the top was so crazy as far as the struggle that he went through with trying to get his name out there, whether it be Jay-Z sleeping on him or whether the whole game itself sleeping on him. So now I feel that he's in the game with a who cares type attitude. What you think? I'm gonna do me. And I think Donald Trump mirrors that image for him.
Right. Absolutely. And then if you look like, so Monday, everybody's like, I love Kanye. I love Kanye. Wednesday, they're like, man, Kanye is crazy. And it's not like they think Kanye is crazy and they keep their mouth shut. Everybody takes the internet. Kanye crazy as fuck.
Right.
Friday, everybody hates Kanye. So, if I was Kanye, why would I give a fuck about anybody other than making myself happy? Or putting me and my family in a position to where we ain't got to worry about dealing with people that are going to be funny style or be sometime your ex, whatever you want to call it. Again, whether it's warranted or not. I think that, like, people get to be so wishy-washy because it's all about, like, people running together. That's what he was talking about, like the mob. Like, the mob can't make me change what I like.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
He likes certain things. He likes a certain type of woman. It don't matter about their history or ex-wife. He like them that way. You know what I'm saying?
Facts.
He likes a certain kind of behavior, a certain kind of personality, people that are going to be around him. He likes that shit. So, like, then you have to think of it like this, man. So many years ago, 10 years ago, 15 years, I don't know how long ago Hurricane Katrina was, a long time ago. He was the guy that people called him crazy when he said George Bush doesn't care about black people.
Right.
But all the black people simultaneously was like, for sure he don't. The motherfucker still called him crazy. Right. So how do you go from being, again, that was a younger Kanye, that was a less rich, less elite, less connected Kanye, because you probably can't get Kanye to do no shit like that now.
Right.
How do you go from that person in that belief to this person in this belief? All about, you said it's not political because he hasn't said I agree with Donald Trump and his policies. I think it's more of a personality thing. So would I, a person, like just in my life, do I want to be around authentic people, good, bad, or indifferent? Or do I want to be around a bunch of fake people telling me that everything is cool, and then turning around and stabbing me in the back?
Man, I'm just looking at it like, go ahead.
What's up?
No,
so like that's the thing about it. So that it's appealing for him to say, I like his honesty. And that's what I've always liked about Donald Trump. I use that word like very loosely because he's a dirtbag. He's a dirty, rotten scoundrel.
Right.
He's one of the worst.
But it's some stuff you gotta agree with. Right.
It's the same reason that we look at movies and we like the bad guy. Nino Brown is the bad guy. You get what I'm saying?
Right.
Motherfucking BMF. Big Meech is the bad guy. You look at the movies, American Gangster. Denzel is the bad guy. But we like it.
But it's crazy. It's crazy though.
Or is that? You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, but it's crazy because it's almost like when I think of Kanye right now, like I said, we already know hands down he's talented. But it's almost like Charlie Sheen, who I love Charlie Sheen, right? But he had got reckless in his career where it damaged the respect that he had in the industry that he was in. And it's almost like the same, even though Kanye ain't out there, being big pimp like Charlie Sheen is. But what I'm saying is, it's almost as reckless of a type of behavior as we saw from Charlie Sheen. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, man. But respect is cool. Respect got a lot of people that we know in early grades at 20-some years old. Because out of respect, you gonna respect my shit, and it's all about integrity. And then shit happens to them. Like when money's on the table, integrity is perishable. Now, some people feel like it's not, but 90% of the people on this planet do jobs that they hate. Not that they're not they hate. Like literally, like I'm just doing this job. I need the money. That's a lack of integrity.
Right.
You don't get to choose when motherfuckers have integrity. You get what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, so I understand that he gets to talking reckless, but the thing about it is all he has to worry about on this planet is how he's going to get his money to put his family in a better place. Now, he also said some shit, which, again, you got to go back, you got to fact check people. Barack Obama thing. Barack Obama was in office for 8 years and nothing changed in Chicago.
Right,
now, we know
right.
Chirac is some shit out there. There's some shit going on out there. That might be very true. Let's also talk about people like Killer Mike or, I won't say Cornel West, Michael Ayers Dyson. It's a lot of people who don't necessarily, KRS-One, who don't necessarily like Barack Obama like that.
Right.
You get what I'm saying? Based on what they feel like he should have done versus what he did. So again, his statement, when you just take it out and you say, well, okay, I understand why you would say that. But when you say anti-Obama, pro-Trump, living with the Kardashians, it makes people look crazy. It's just like a culmination of everything makes it look amplified. But I don't think it's that serious. I just think he's in a space, and again, not saying he's not batshit crazy, because he's already been down that path. And things happen to people that do change the way that they are. But it's like a phrase, like the phrase, like, fuck you money. People want to get fuck you money, right? Kanye had fuck you money.
Right, we on the line. Hey, hang on real quick. We on the line with Mhax Heisenberg, aka Mhax Montes, right now, talking about our boy Kanye, if he is still your boy. Go ahead, man.
Right. So, like, Kanye got fuck you money. He's like, man, I like what I like. Fuck what you talking about. This is what I want to do. Fuck what you talking about. I want to, like I said, man, once you put money on the table, quote unquote, integrity and all of that stuff, it's just very subjective, man. It's very subjective. We'd have to go down laundry list and try to index what Kanye has done, quote unquote, for Chicago or for the world or for society, other than his musical contribution.
Right.
But we can't discount that. Because motherfuckers will say, look at Marvin Gaye or Janis Joplin or Bob Marley, No Woman, No Cry, and all of these anthems that speak to the struggle. We can't just say because he's Kanye West and he likes to get fly and fuck bad bitches that, you know what I'm saying? That
right.
His music don't mean shit. Somewhere in there's a meaning and there's a lesson that he's seen. So maybe he feels like that's his contribution. And Barack ain't doing that. You know, and Barack ain't doing that. Maybe up to what he feels like Barack should be doing.
Let me dig deep though, because this is something that I feel. I feel that since his mother's passing, he's kind of lost his balance, or not. Let's say not lost his balance, but I feel, you know how you always had that one person or one or two people in your life that kind of steer you in the right direction when you start getting sidetracked. I feel like by his mom no longer being here, because I think that his mom was the main unit for him. You know, Kardashian, Kim coming in, that is what it is. But I just feel like his mom was that sense of direction that he had. And I feel like if she was still here, rest in peace, that his actions would be a lot differently. Or even if he acted out, I think that mom would come in and be like, hey, tame it. Because we all, no matter how tough, no matter how crazy we get, our mothers are normally, in most occasions, the ones who bring us back down to realization. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, I can agree with that. And like I said, I've always felt like maybe he feels like her death is his fault for bringing her from Chicago to LA, putting her in this
that limelight,
this box. Yeah, where everybody, all the chicks are getting their titties done. I'm talking chicks that ain't even like mature out of their 20s. You know what I'm saying? Like, they getting their asses done, they getting titties done, they getting lips done, they getting tummies tucked, they getting this removed. Everybody's teeth are getting zapped, you know what I'm saying, with the infrared, all this, this Hollywood. We know what happens when you cross over and go into Hollywood, the sacrifices that people make for outward beauty. And then him paying for that. So he takes her from being a fairly intelligent, upright, upstanding person, and then puts her into the bowl with all the fucking crazy people. Then get paid for her to go have these procedures done, and she dies because of the product. That's like, I would take that. I'd be feeling like that was me. It's just like Jay-Z buying his nephew a car and his nephew killing himself in the car.
Right, and that's a heavy weight, yeah.
Yeah, like, would he still be alive if I didn't buy the car? That's me. You know what I'm saying? So I can see how he may have lost a little bit of his balance. But it's just kind of like they say, like a drunk mind speaks a sober tongue.
Right.
I think like now his mom was there like just to regulate. So he's going to do what the fuck he's going to do. She's just not here to stop it. So I don't think these thoughts start to generate after that. I think they've always been there, like these pieces of grandeur. I think he's like borderline psychopath, really.
No, I was going to say, because it's almost like when you think about the mind of a serial killer or a killer in general, it's always something that has happened to break their point of peace of mind, right? And it almost like it draws out a chemical imbalance. So I mean, we could even, like I said, we're not doctors here, so we can't say what he is and what he's not. But it's kind of like the actions show that. Man, listen, something is wrong. First of all, you got one of the quote unquote hottest chicks in the social media realm that people would normally say, what is he upset about? He's making money. He got a cool looking chick. He can buy anything that he wants. He can pretty much do anything that he wants to do. What's his problem? But it's those people who are outside looking in that don't really know what's hurting inside. You know what I mean? How broken is his heart? No matter what he has, is he really happy? I don't know if this is a person acting out of happiness, or is it a person acting out of angriness, or is it just that he just don't know how to step out and into whatever he's trying to get into? Same thing when he got upset about people not investing in the shoe and the clothing line that he was trying to do. He took it personal and he voiced about it. You get what I'm saying?
Right. The thing is, though, is he was right.
Straight up.
It'd be a different thing if he was wrong. So, okay, like LeVar Ball. Let's use LeVar Ball. Nobody talks about LeVar Ball anymore, right?
Right.
There's a West Coast thing.
Right.
Like,
he's out the news for real.
LeVar Ball was a idiot until his shit was right. Until everything that he said
came
into fruition.
Right.
Then he starts to look like a genius. So then it comes to I keep telling y'all, you need to fuck with me. You need to listen to me.
Right.
That Kanye doesn't care. Once you get so much stuff, I feel I don't have enough stuff. I have a lot of certain things. So getting that stuff I don't care about it. It's
right.
I go back to, seeing your pops clean out the dog kennels in his clothes.
In white shoes at that
all his jewelry and everything. And I was like, damn, you go just be spraying dog shit off the concrete with your good stuff on? He's like, man, it's clothes, man. That's what you're buying for.
Right.
And I was like, damn, he got enough shit just to not even give a fuck. Well, I was always told from not having shit, you have to respect these. When you come home from school, take off your school clothes, put them aside. You've got to make them last. Nah, man, he got enough shit to say, man, fuck it.
Right.
What he's reaching for is something totally different. So all the stuff that we value, being people that have not made it to these points, he don't give a fuck about that shit.
Right. It's just obsolete. It's normal. In other words, how we wake up every day to our normal life, like we don't expect nothing more than what's already in the household. And that's the same thing for him, even though we'll see it as like, whoa, he's looking at it like this. Right. What is this? You get what I'm saying? Like, it don't matter.
So
I get it.
Yeah, like, look, come on, man. So Kanye wasn't got all of this money. Okay, so you get Kim Kardashian. Now, here's the thing about Kim Kardashian, more so than any looks or anything. She makes her own money. You get what I'm saying?
Right.
So she knows people. He doesn't have to introduce her to anybody.
Ooh, so you touching the line though. So then
I'm saying,
is it the sense of wanting to feel needed? Because moms needed them? Chicago needed them?
Well,
she don't need. I'm saying Kim don't need them.
Hold on. No, the thing is, she doesn't need him, but that's what makes him want her because she's around because she wants to be around. How many rich people? When you're around rich people, you get it. Like, right. Okay, so it's like we in LA. We know, like, we want to rap. We can go to the beat. We can go to the Beverly Center. We can go to Melrose. We can get any of these corners in the Crenshaw district. We can go set up shop because we're in a city where people are at, right? But when you're not, then how do you cross these lines? So Kanye is probably running into, take this with a grain of salt, regular bitches, broke bitches, females, whatever you want to call them. He's running into them every day, and they're probably a lot better looking than Kim. Like, they just stopped making pretty girls, and they started making Kim Kardashian, right?
Right.
Like, I personally, for a minute, I thought Amber Rose looked better than Kim, personally. But,
right.
Again, Amber Rose. But he took Amber Rose out of a strip club, brought her to Hollywood, let her meet all of these people. Now she's fraternizing in all the places that he brought her.
Okay, so understand where I'm going. So that's what I'm saying. So you go from an Amber Rose to a Kim Kardashian. That's a total transition.
Right. So the thing
Same type of chick though.
But he wants to be around people, probably, that are that he doesn't like. You're not. If you're around me, there's nothing that you can get from me because you've got all of this already. Kim got money. Kim got connections. Kim got celebrity. Kim got fame. She is around Kanye because she likes Kanye. I don't think Kanye West has done anything for her career.
No.
You get what I'm saying? So
pretty much he's silent other than the fact that he's the husband.
Right. If anything, like it's blocking. You know what I'm saying? Like Beyonce loses her sex symbolness because 2 feet from her is Jay-Z. It's the fantasy. It's hard and trouble selling the fantasy. Like I don't even know if you guys noticed. Like her Coachella pics. Go back and look at the Coachella pics, and this is a sidebar. Like she's covering up her belly now, where she used to go bare skin belly or like the lace on the belly.
Right.
She went a little bit more conservative post baby. So Beyonce might be kind of toning it down a little bit, getting ready to wrap this up and not be sex symbol Beyonce, but be Jay-Z's wife. That might be a change for that. That's another conversation.
Right.
Kanye wants to be around all of these people, and he's trying to be around people that want him around because they value and respect what he has to bring to the table rather than using him as a way to sell more Nike. Nike took Kanye's name and sold more Nike.
Right.
But didn't want to give him a cut.
Right.
They didn't want to give him what he felt. And matter of fact, on the Breakfast Club this morning, man, they said something, and I have to fact check it. But Kanye said through his rant that he's the highest individually paid person in footwear. Okay? So they said, yeah, well, Jordan owns Jordan, but he's like, yeah, he makes more money than Michael Jordan. Well, LeBron makes more money than Michael Jordan as far as shoes are concerned.
Right.
Like units of shoes. But because the royalty system wasn't in place, Michael Jordan doesn't get money off the retro. You get what I'm saying? This is what they're saying. He owns Jordan brand and all the accoutrement, all the dry fit, the elephant T-shirts and hats and the sweatsuits. He owns that, but when Nike drops the retros, he don't get none of that paper.
Is that right?
Like Kanye, this is what they're saying. I got to go fact check it. Kanye is saying, I wanted to get royalties. Every Yeezy, I want this amount of money coming back.
Right.
They thought he was crazy. Same way that they thought LeVar Ball was crazy.
Right.
Until LeVar Ball said, listen, I'm gonna sell 150 units and make myself a millionaire. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like rather than trying to, I've got to sell 300 trillion units and I've got to have them in this state, in this state, in this state. No, he did it. Like, but, you see what I'm saying?
Right.
So when Kanye is, and I'm sandboxing all of this right here, he tried to tell people a long time ago that he had ideas that were good ideas. You should respect me. And if I can prove these ideas, I should get more opportunity based off of my contribution. And that's how jobs work. You get promotions based on X, Y, Z.
Right. And
it's still funded on.
Right. And it sounds like he's bringing the mindset of what he learned in the music industry to the clothing industry as far as royalties. Because remember, when we were coming up in music, people didn't even know anything about royalties. They didn't know about publishing and all that. So he's taking both concepts and bringing it to the forefront. Listen, y'all going to be eating off of me for years to come. I want a percentage of what's there. Give it to me. You follow me?
Right.
Damn, that's crazy.
When you talk about business, the idea of passive income, this is on the TMR timeline as well. Passive income, right. Perpetuity, setting up situations to where you can make money no matter what. That you don't have to keep getting up every day and trying to hustle and figure out how you're gonna make this $5,000.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Which is why when you write, you gotta write, you gotta have your publishing, like you said about the music, you gotta set up your royalties with all of these products, and you have licensing deals. He's got a very diversified portfolio, man. So I think he operates on a high level, and he just wants people to give him that respect. But I think people always kind of dumb him down. So I think he carries a little bit of that. You know what I'm saying? Because people are always trying to play him out like, he's just a rapper. You know what the fuck he's talking about.
Okay, so then
he's not even Jay-Z rapper.
Right. So then he's demanding. So then it sounds like it's almost sounding like he demands respect, right? Right. He demands respect to the point of same thing with Donald Trump. Again, this is why you will mirror certain people in your life because you're like, damn, he's like me, in not every way, but in a lot of ways. So why should I hate him? Because like we both said and offline too. there are some things that with Donald Trump we agree with, meaning if you gonna talk smack, I'm gonna show you that I'm not afraid. If you gonna try to show your money, I'm gonna show you I got more money. You get what I'm saying? Or just some of, like I tell people, even some of the stuff that Donald Trump has said out in the open, you can't really hate the fact that he's thinking like you may think in the dark. You get what I'm saying? It's just the fact of everyone wants to be PC, politically correct, when you out in the public, which we understand because that's how you handle business. Donald Trump, people keep forgetting, Donald Trump is a different type of businessman, meaning this. And again, we ain't saying we support Donald Trump. We just talking how him and Kanye coincide. Mhax Montes on the line. What I'm saying is, when you think about how Donald Trump acts, he doesn't act like he's really trying to be president. He just told you, I'm going to be that LeVar Ball type. I'm going to be that. I'm going to make it happen. Let me show you. You get what I'm saying? And because of the fact that he's used to, let's say, bullying his way through, again, Kanye West bullying his way through, LeVar Ball bullying his way through. So we could kind of take the three of them and coincide them together because of the fact that, again, I don't support Donald Trump. I don't know LeVar Ball. I don't know Kanye West. And when I say I don't support Donald Trump, it's just because of the chaos that has come out of this presidency. You follow what I'm saying? Right. So it's not a personal thing. It's just the fact that you would think that a president would bring the nation together. But I think that in my lifetime, this is probably the furthest apart that I've seen the people as a whole. We didn't have the Clintons in there that everybody didn't like. We didn't have the Bushes in there, both sets of Bushes, both terms of Bushes, and people didn't really like. Everybody didn't like Obama. However, this presidency has broken everyone up. To me, it seems like Kanye, what he's doing to music, it seems like he's speaking louder than the average person because he's showing a lack of fear. You follow what I'm saying? Just like when he stepped on stage and took the microphone from Taylor Swift. That was bold. That had never been done before. You follow what I'm saying? Like that's some stuff that you see in a cipher. When you rapping, take the mic and you get on, you get what I'm saying? But real talk. And so, yeah, give me, like your verse is done. So the things that he's doing, you and I especially can relate to because that's the genre, that's the generation, that's the era, that's the circa that we had come from. So we could relate to it differently than what's being exposed. However, though, if you're trying to say that you're trying to make a mark for yourself in a fragile environment, shouldn't you approach it a lot differently, though?
Well, it's all about framing, right? So, like you said, we can frame it and we can say, that's how I feel about it. You hit it on the head. Donald Trump sometimes does very hip-hop like shit, very bravado, very crass, and like, fuck y'all, I'm here. And, you know, like you say, snatch the mic. People will say, oh man, remember when KRS-One went to the PM Dawn concert, snatched the mic, kicked him off the stage and started performing The Bridge Is Over?
Right, I was going to say Bridge Is Over, right.
Yes, Kanye, like you said, Kanye West does it, and everybody's like, oh my God, this is so horrible. It's Taylor Swift. Well, the guys from PM Dawn were not tough guys either. Like,
straight up.
You know what I'm saying? So why does KRS-One and this group of street guys get credit for doing, like, it's the same thing, man. And it's how you frame it. I personally believe in the United States, we're in a capitalist society, man. And this is the big divide now because it's kind of like, I think, who said, Chance the Rapper said, all blacks don't have to be Democrats, right? I think that was one of his most recent.
But that's straight up, though.
And we've had the conversation just about, like, being conservative. Like, a lot of black people, especially with, like, older, middle-aged black people, they have very conservative views. Like, they're raised in religious organizations, et cetera, like that. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So they're conservative at heart. So the things that they do, we can call it bullying, but that's gonna like pussy this out, right? Oh man, like he did X, Y, Z. That's a bully move. Like, no, man, that's the way this country is set up. This country is not.
Shoot, that's how it was created, by bullying the way, like bogarting your way in. Let's keep it real.
So says the American Indian.
Again. So, right. So let's make America great again. What does that necessarily mean? Making it great again, does that mean we gonna take what we want? Is that what Kanye's thinking?
But to a certain extent, That's what you have to do. That's what you have to do. Take it back to Jay-Z and Nas. When Nas did the last real nigga, the last real nigga alive, when he said these are Gambino rules. Jay-Z had to come at Nas so he could claim the throne.
Right.
That's part of the game. Nas understood that.
So shoot, we dealing with that with Cardi and Nicki right now. So yeah, for sure. I'd say we did.
So everybody should understand. Like if you want to make an omelet, you got to break a couple eggs.
Right.
These people are just really committed to forwarding their agenda. And I think more so than always looking back on them, talking about what they should be doing for us, which is a very socialist way of looking at things. We try to say, damn, what is he doing? Why is he doing it? Okay, if Kanye is doing this to sell records, you know what I'm saying? This is what got these little girls on Cam Soda and all of this other stuff. Like, I got these dudes online making these crazy videos and dresses. They like, man, fuck all this shit. Let's just get money.
Man, shoot, it sounds like we're giving out tips for what you should do if you want to be close to successful. But I get it though, because it's real talk, especially if you're trying to survive in today's society. That's what you got to do.
They're different paths, but
you basically got to put your ego on the line, though. You got to put it all on the line to accomplish what you want.
Man, listen, anybody making moves right now, we can go into TMR and talk to anybody that's making moves right now, and they'll give us stories about people trying to play them like a sucker and how they have to have these like changes in their normal, maybe docile, passive personalities, and they got to buck up and they got to bust a few heads to make sure that the shows are right and getting paid, and to make sure that their sessions are not being cut short, and to make sure that the engineers and the producers are delivering what the fuck they said they were supposed to deliver. Now, you can sit back and be like, no, I trust everybody's going to do what they need to do. That's not the case. So these are the kind of guys that push the envelope. So I understand why they do it, and I don't necessarily disagree with it, more so than like people's political views and stuff like that. I ain't with all of that shit. But as far as like how they proceed to doing it, man, when Donald Trump told Kim Jong-un, Kim Jong-il, whichever one it is, he said, we got missiles too. We got buttons and we'll press the button. Man, listen, I've been wanting to see that since Obama been having those conversations.
Max, but it's like
Putin comes to the White House and Putin comes to the White House and work Obama over because Obama's trying to be nice and cool. And then when Putin leaves, he always gets with that smirk like, I got you, motherfucker. And they ask Obama, oh, how did it go? Well, we're talking about it, and we're going to keep working on it.
But it's a rap. It's all like a rap song, man. It's like a rap song. You get what I'm saying? It's like it's literally a rap song. I mean, you think about the things that even over the years, like let's go NWA, like when they wanted to make a statement and prove something of what everybody was ignoring, they jumped in and bogarted their way through. Like, in other words, this is how America was built. And this is how we were built. So again, a statement like make America great again. Remember during the presidency run, we thought that it meant let's get back to racism, which it could have meant, but racism never went away if we want to be real about it. It's just now that it's on social media, it looks like it's back, but it never left. It was just hidden in the dark. But it's all
right. Overt racism is making a comeback.
Right, exactly.
But like you said, it never went anywhere. So is it the misunderstandings of populace at large that things got better? You get what I'm saying? Which is why you can't trust. Like you said, the mob ain't gonna make me know differently because y'all forgot that this, and this still existed. And you ignored it because things got comfortable for y'all. Now that we're talking about things that are not comfortable, you guys want to paint me to be a crazy person. He's saying, man, niggas still get killed in Chicago. Okay, so you came out there and did a lot of legislation. And I haven't checked any data on it. But if people are still getting killed and you don't feel any relief from it, it really feels like there was nothing done.
But let's say, but there's a reason why I think there's a reason why, right? But there's a reason why he pointed more finger at Barack Obama, I think, because that's hometown. You follow what I'm saying? So it's kind of like how you gonna care about everywhere else before you care about where you came. You know how that line is, don't forget where you came from.
Right. But you know what Obama did say, and Obama let this be known like right off the top that he wasn't going to be just a president for the black people, but he was going to be a president
for everybody. Right. Exactly.
So I get it. But But some people would have taken that as a cop out, like, oh, he's just copping out early. He don't even want to get into discussion about like black people. He used them to get in. Now when he don't do nothing for black people, oh, I couldn't do anything for anybody. You know what I'm saying? I couldn't do anything for everybody.
I think that Obama had the hardest run as president. Here's why: because he remained a real nigga in a lot of aspects. But if you don't want to say that he was a real nigga, that he was an Oreo, Michelle Obama was a real nigga. And I'm only saying nigga so everybody can understand how serious this is. What I'm saying is, if you go to black functions as a black man, even, you know, when we got corporate, when we start working corporate America, and we kind of got a little bit more proper, when you get around your family or your homies during certain times of the year, it's like you got to talk differently to fit in. But just imagine being the president and then you going back home and your family saying, man, don't you see all these niggas over here ain't eating? You gonna be like that, cuzzo? You ain't gonna feed us, cuzzo?
Right.
It's like that now. You become president, so you ain't looking out. You follow what I'm saying? And then Michelle, real black woman that she is, probably saying, hey, first off, let's bark it down. Let's figure it out. You get what I'm saying? Let's put it in chat. But then you know how your wife put her hand in your chest? But Barack, they got a point. You follow what I'm saying? So what we gonna do? So his presidency was hard because I think that by him coming up the way that he did, meaning Chicago, meaning just urban, as opposed to someone, let's say like a Trump, you grew up in money. So you don't know what struggle really is. Struggle to you is, damn, my watch stopped working. I got 6 more like that. If your watch stopped working, because you probably got someone to wind it up for you every hour on the hour. You follow what I'm saying? Right. But what problems do they really have versus the problems and the struggles of the people? So again, going back to Kanye West, his rants are, is he really looking to society and saying my people are still struggling? Or is it about me? I don't know. I want to know to him what America, make America great again. What does that mean to Kanye? You follow what like we can't keep assuming because he wearing a hat that he's saying I'm racist too, because I don't look at it that way. You follow what I'm saying?
Well, right. Check it out. Here's one for you, using that, you know, like a one for one. Snoop had an album a year ago called Make America Crip Again.
Right, straight up.
Okay. They said, Snoop, what do you mean? You want to make everybody in America Crips? Well, because they did start off with a lot of Crip rappers, right?
Right.
He was like, nah, that's not it. The thing is how the Crips started off with, you know, policing the neighborhoods and, you know, with the, you know, watching for the racists. And, you know, it got out of hand, obviously. But, you know, their original idea of protecting and preserving the integrity of the community is what I mean.
Right.
Get back to the original Crip principles that were X, Y, Z. So we look at it, if we take it at face value, but without the conversation, there's so much more that can be added onto that would make sense. Now, did Snoop really mean, no, let's make America Crip again? Like, you get what I'm saying?
Right.
I mean, he could have meant that, but how does that even make sense? The latter meaning, the bigger meaning, although it seems like something that happened in post, was probably his intention. So we can't rock Kanye of that. Again, is it in bad taste? Yes.
Right.
Based on what's going on now? Yes. But like we see even in some of the conversations that we have, people want to be provocative because the bad news travels faster than the good news.
All the time. Straight up.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
All the time. So I understand why he would use this technique and this tactic in order to put it out there. Because this, man, listen, I want to say I've never been dissatisfied with the Kanye album. I have been, but like never like content-wise.
Right.
Like he's always been pretty true to who he is. Musically, I haven't always agreed with all of his like audio choices, but I can't imagine that right now he would be any different. Like you see the changes. When I listen to the clips, I see the change in Malice from drug dealer Malice to Save Malice. I listen to, you know, Busta Rhymes. You see Busta Rhymes making a change from who he was on the Scenario remix or just another case of the PTA. You know,
right,
then
right.
You see the new Busta Rhymes. You know, let's say Chris Brown, Look at Me Now, which was still like 10 years ago.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like you can see, but Kanye has not made that change per se. When Kanye's left in the studio to even do his own songs without ghost producers or without all these rappers that he has signed, his songs sound like old school Kanye songs. So he's still there. I just think he chooses to be provocative, and this is the price you pay, was being provocative and with being out the box thing. So like, you can do that. Like, society doesn't want that. Like my post the other day, the internet don't want you to do none of this stuff, and it's documented.
Right.
So, but this is the risk that you take, because, like I said, he's willing to take and lose 10 fans to gain 20 on the other side. And so, which should be. That's the appropriate way to look at it.
So then let me ask you this. To close out, if you had to give a closing argument against or for support of Kanye, what would it be at this point based on what's recently happened?
At this point, I would say this is business as usual. Anybody that's been a Kanye fan knows this is business as usual for Kanye. This is the prelude, bottom step, entry to this next out that he's going to do. He has a lot of stuff to talk about. He's got a lot of stuff to unpack from his personal life, his therapy, all the demons that he might be living with, his successes, his family, all of these things. So when you present them, like I said, this is the bad thing about the internet. Without the dialogue like you're having right now, you never have a chance to make a complete thought, because anything over 140 characters is going to fall on deaf ears. 3 minutes into this podcast, somebody turned it off and said, I'm going to stop watching.
Right.
Or to this conversation. You feel what I'm saying?
Right.
So the bigger and the larger ideas, and this is what we really want to talk about, dumbing something down. This is part of the dumbing down when we talk about attention span.
Right.
People don't have the attention to look at the big picture and to say, okay, I'm waiting. Okay, I see this Kanye. I'm going to put here. I'm going to put this. It's like when you have a puzzle. Like, you don't put the pieces all down in front of you. You put the board, then look at the pieces, and you put them in selectively based on how much other stuff like you have to work on, like how well the picture is being built. Because you might put a piece in the middle, and that might be a corner. You might be looking at a piece that got a whole lot of color, but that not even be part of the real big picture is going to show up here. It just happens to have a bunch of colors in it. And that's what's going on right now. So if you're a fan of music, because Kanye does bring music, I think this might be some of his best music, because the tormented people in this business always give you the best music. Mary J. Blige made no good records until, listen, Mary was whack out here in these streets, and I love Mary. But until this last shit that she just had with Ken Do, that record was a good comeback. But when she's happy, she just doesn't make good music.
True that.
Anybody in the 27 club, from Jimi Hendrix to Kurt Cobain to Amy Winehouse, all their music was because they were tormented souls and spirits. So that is what we get from Kanye. And in return, I don't think we should give him our ass to kiss. I think we should just give him support and be like, okay, well, we can agree to disagree. And we got to get into that, like more so as a community of people in the internet or in music or in common interest. We don't have to agree. We can just accept it and say that's who you are. Right. So you can't try to sell us on no type of philosophy just yet. So let him present to us what he wants today, and then let's grade him and score him on what the fuck he says, rather than where the fuck we think this is going.
I mean, I gotta say this, because we always have great conversations but never get to record them. But this was actually some dope topics to share with people. And man, we probably got to do some more of these on what's hot and not in music, because I think that, I don't know, we debate, but it's almost like we think the same, but on a lot of things, it's just when you have creative minds coming together and delivering a message, it's always dope. You know what I mean? So definitely got to do this again, man. And it's just dope, man. Like I say, it's not for me about hating anybody right now. It's just when you get to that point and you like, man, what are you talking about? You follow what I'm saying? Like, what are you trying to say? And I think that's what, like you said, with social media or anything, we learned this in business when we were in the office. You got to be careful what you email, because you can't express properly when you're typing out something. No matter how much you try, people are always going to come up with their own conclusion on it, because of the fact that in their head, they're saying, oh, this fool must have been typing like this when he was feeling this way and this, that, just because I said what I said last year. And that ain't what your intent is. You just like, hey, you came in late today. Are we still gonna finish this paperwork? You follow what I'm saying? But they take it the wrong way. So again, like I said, it's just one of those things, and we may or may not ever know first of all, the whole agenda behind Make America Great Again. Because again, we can go back to when America first started. It was a break from, the British. And then the fact of that we had to become this great nation of people just for the fact of we just didn't want to be under that ruling anymore. So is that what Donald Trump is saying? Is that what Kanye is saying? We're not trying to be under the same rules and laws that we were before. Let's erase and start all over again.
Well, let's say this. America was never great in that, like in the respect to people.
Oh, no doubt. No doubt.
America has always been great in regards to enterprise.
No
and
doubt.
As far as a person like Donald Trump, who makes money through industry and all these other like things that regular people don't give a fuck about, right? Deregulated America, which was like Reagan era. And nobody talks about the Reagan era. We always talk about all the Republicans that we don't like, but nobody talks about Reagan. Nancy Reagan was had batarams coming through front doors.
Straight up.
You know what I'm saying? Knocking the whole walls off houses. But like, America has always been great as far as when businesses were unregulated and deregulated and they get a chance to just go ape shit. Right? And it's not until the regulations come into play, regulations with the mortgage market, regulations with trading and stock insider trading. You look at Enron, or you look at any of these other big companies in the last 20 years that have failed and collapsed because of like misappropriation, right? So then we build rules to make sure that doesn't happen anymore. That's what he wants to go back to, Donald Trump.
Right.
Now, another thing, take with a drop of grain of salt, might be, because I don't know, is the fact that America has gotten soft. We've gotten soft. We've gotten a little too PC. And you're talking about a guy who came up in a time where shit was a little bit more hardcore. Is he a racist? Yeah, whatever.
Right.
I know black people that are racist. But I also know black people that you can insult, like dead to their face. Be like, you motherfucker, you fucking faggot, or whatever, kind of slur or what word you want to use. And motherfuckers be like, yeah, that's cool. But don't forget about this work. You can call me what you want to, but you can't get with me on this work. Right? Nowadays, people hear these kind of things and they fold, and everybody's so hypersensitive. You can't have real conversations. You can't say certain things. I just saw in the news a preschool has eliminated the term best friend because they said it was non-inclusive. So you got a whole new generation of little kids that's gonna come up.
Yeah, everybody fragile.
Like I can't prioritize my friends anymore because that's non-inclusive.
Wow.
That's bullshit. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, man.
Maybe as a man of his age, he wants to go back when Americans were tougher, quote unquote.
Right.
Or, like I said, deregulate the business so he can go back to making money hand over fist, fuck it, burn it down. Non-sustainable growth, yo. That's the Achilles heel of capitalism. Man. He wants to go back, though, so he can continue to burn businesses to the ground because he's about to check out. He don't care about emerging markets.
Right.
He cares about coal, oil, gasoline, all that shit that we lived off of in the 19th century, right? So maybe they're talking about something that's not necessarily people-driven because, like I said, America's never been great to its people. You can look around and you can tell that.
Right.
But as far as business and industry and maybe how people interact with each other, the ability to say things and for people to not be so upset. People get so mad when Kim Kardashian gets on the internet naked. You know what I mean? Naked people on the internet. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, so let's go back to, hey, what if Donald Trump wants to sleep with porn stars? Just, man, listen, at least he's not doing like Bill Clinton and he's doing like John Kennedy, bringing into the White House. He did it before he was president. Let's stop being whack about it. Let's make America great again and make it okay for you to have exes and skeletons in your closet, and that's it.
Man.
This is my 2 cents. You know what I'm saying? Maybe.
Bro, good conversation, man.
Going back to like slavery, racism, then, I can't fuck with that.
Right, good conversation, man. We got to do this with again, man. We did, and actually, people don't even know this one of our shortest conversations because it's only 55 minutes, but we get about 2 or 3 hours in. But yeah, man, we got to do it again. So, good topic.
Like I said, where I'm at, man. Stuff like this come up. We can unpack it. I would like to hear like maybe somebody like Fab have this conversation as well. See what you guys think about it because he goes against the grain because it's the thing to do.
Yeah, we gotta do that. So we're gonna let him hear, and then we'll probably gotta get one in with him, with all 3 of us on the line. But that's what's up.
can't just get to do the responses. Like, you know what I'm saying? Now you just got like responses, conversations to this conversation.
Right. No doubt. Good stuff, man. I'll hit you up later. I'm up in here.
For sure, man. How bad?
All right, later.